JD in a Duffle Bag podcast, yeah? I'm Chuckie Online. I'm with rap royalty, yeah? Yeah, that's what it is. I'm with rap royalty. Nines, well go on, my brother.
My guy, man.
How are you?
I'm good, man.
We were just having a little personal conversation about, because I was saying, I feel like 2021, I'm going to write a bar. I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to write a bar. I'm going to 120 something, yeah, bars, whatever. And I'm putting it online because there's been so much times where I've heard a beat or whatnot and the vibe's just taking me in that direction, but I'm just still trying to play my podcasting role, to which you said to me, bro, it's easy, my guy.
Easy money, man. Do your thing, why not?
You feel like it's easy like that, yeah?
Like I told you before, I was just looking from the outside in, like, you know what, I'm going to try a thing. Jumped off, innit?
Yeah.
At the same time, obviously, man's always rap, so that's why it's probably easy for man, but I hear rappers that ain't all that lyrical and they blow, man, so.
Have you ever had writer's block?
Mm.
How often do you get that?
I don't get it because I don't write. I just, when I say I don't write, like.
Oh, you're one of them, man. Is it one of them ones where you say I don't write nothing on the...
No, I wish. It's more like, I don't go studio and try, innit? So,
Right.
man's just one of them guys that chat on the block naturally, or just I got a slick mouth. So I'll say something in my day-to-day and be like, that's a bar. Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
Back to my day.
Yeah.
End of the week, I might have a nice 16 or 32 there, but I don't literally try to write. When I do, I'll come studio and I can't really get nothing in, man.
Yeah, I hear that. Can you do that thing where you don't write nothing down though? Like literally just that proper use just the muscle memory.
Yeah, it's a morale thing. So I've gone in studio before, heard a beat, wrapped up a song in like 10 minutes, banger.
Man.
And then I'll get a beat where may take 2 weeks to write to this song. Yeah. And them's like, yo, them bars ain't harder than that one day. But the next one I wrote in 10 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, the overthinking thing don't really make sense either, man.
So what, have you got man around you as well that will tell you, yeah, this one, that's not it? Like this...
I have to do that. Like, we obviously got yes men and but I'll make sure, like, even downtown when I'm working on a project, I'll make sure, like, I bring most of the hood to the studio. Obviously not my studio, small, but I'll get one of them big studios, just play tracks, and everyone's got a strong opinion where I'm from, man, so there'll be arguments like, no, this one should make the album, that shit.
Right,
but I'll go on the votes. I won't say but I'll see, like, 8 of them was feeling that and 10 of them wasn't.
You go in the energy in the room, as opposed to like a man saying, like, put your hands up if you like this.
Basically.
Right.
Even down to like one of my last singles, that Clout song, I didn't pick that as a single. I just knew Airplay Mode was the radio song, and I just played my album to the hood, and all the young bucks was like, Clout. So I was like, F it.
And that's the one that you led with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the video, and like I will talk about all of that in a little bit later. But yeah, that's an interesting one still, because I think that like the environment that you come from and the people that you have around you, ultimately, musically as well, they know you best, innit? So I guess if they're seeing that you're moving in a different direction, they're going to be able to tell you straight away, bro. You know what I mean?
No, 100, but everyone's opinion don't matter at the same time, you know, like that.
Ultimately, all that comes down to you, innit?
Yeah, therefore, man. Like, I remember playing I See Shining to the hood. They weren't fucking with that.
Weren't they?
But I weren't fucking with the evil, but I'm like, trust me, this is radio.
See, with that, yeah, you purposely went out to make a radio song. Right. Why does that surprise me? I just feel like that's not a Nines thing to do.
Well, I'll explain why. Like, the album before that, I dropped my lead single was Trap of the Year. Mad views. I'm doing mad streams or whatever. I haven't got no radio play on that.
Right.
Like, man's one of the hottest rappers in the country at the time, and I'll drive around to radio. I don't want to hear me. I don't care, but I don't hear it, innit? So I'm like, you know what? Let me try a radio song. Next project. Tried it and it worked. So that's why I did it again in Airplay Mode.
But do you think, like, even then, yeah, if you did Trapper of the Year now, yeah, I feel like that would get radio play. I feel like it would for a couple of reasons. One, because of just how far the rap scene has come now anyway. There's all these doors that you man have kicked down over this period of time. But also I think as well, and I want you to speak on this. Like, do you feel like maybe even at that time, people were a little bit cautious of that music and you?
I would feel like it was more because no one met me at that time. So like after I See You Shining came out, that's the first time I felt like industry, like meeting radio, meeting all the other rappers, festivals and shit. So that's when the like industry was saying, yo, Nines is just a normal guy, you know. Like this whole Chief Keef stigma or something, it's a myth. So yeah, I don't know. Like for instance, I remember 2015, like nominated to a mogul. I didn't go. I'm just standing on the block. But I'll be telling the hood, yo, my man's blackballed out here. They don't play man on the radio and this like that. But I feel like if I went that year, I would have met industry people and they would have been like, yo, Nines is all right, you know, like it's not even that. So when I did get in there, like that's what it is now.
It's part of like it's like playing the game a little bit, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like playing the game a little bit, going to places and meeting people or whatnot, and just kind of breaking the ice and whatnot. And I think it's like there's positives and there's negatives to it. Yeah, the positive is obviously the doors that it can open for you and whatnot. But I feel like sometimes the negative is that like, why do I have to come and show you that I'm a nice guy for you to start effing with the music? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, cause the industry's like that, innit? I guess.
Man, you're comfortable in it, I guess. I'm surprised you didn't go though. What, Mobo's 2015, yeah? I'm surprised you didn't go, cause like, it's still like, back then anyway, it's like, we grown up to it being a thing that almost felt unreachable, yeah, even though it was for us. And then obviously now, it seems like, more people are getting let in and being nominated for whatever it may be. And it's the Mobos, it's like a prestigious type of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? I thought you would have been rushing to go down there anyway, just to do the picture thing and you understand what I'm saying?
Well, do you know what it is, man? I was blackballing myself at these times. Like, man, I was so institutionalized in this trap. I didn't really look at the music thing as nothing anyway. Like, there was times when I'm mad hot, but I still don't think I'm gonna be a rapper, like, because the checks in it didn't make sense, if that makes sense.
Let's do this, yeah, because you've had like the #1 album in the country, yeah, which is, again, I personally don't normalize them things. The reason why I don't normalize it is because I've been such a fan of this for so long. I remember when it wasn't like this. I remember when there wasn't money like this. I remember when people was just doing it just for love and whatever it may be, and it just being almost like a sport. I remember them times clearly. So when I hear that someone like you has the #1 album in the country, to me, that is one of the most amazing things in life to me.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But there's like a story and a process to even get into that point. What I wanted to do is ask you, like, Nines at 14, 15, yeah? Like, paint that picture to me. Like, what did your environment look like? What was that, when you go back to it, what was that?
I was mad ambitious, innit? Very ambitious, but yeah, like, probably thinking I definitely knew I was gonna be a millionaire, but definitely not from rap. So like, I don't know, I was literally at that age, like I was out of school, just trapping. But like, that's my career. It's not like this is a little stepping stone. This is my career. But at the time, I'm like advanced for my age. So even though I'm 14, man's driving cars, man's going Hatton Garden. So in my head, I'm definitely gonna be a millionaire. And yeah, that was the plan, I guess, just trapping.
How do you know about Hatton at 14? That's a mad thing.
Obviously, man's got like orders, innit? When I say orders, that's what makes man want to be a drug dealer.
Facts.
Like, I remember one of my orders, he works in a I was just about to say his name, but there's no point. But he works in a and he was like the only person on the block that had a nice job like that. And he's got a nice new shaped car, but it ain't like the ones.
Right.
Their ones are German. Like, so naturally, of course I want to be like them, man, they're growing up.
Do you reckon, like, for me, this is how I see it, yeah? I understand, like, for us, like, some of us grew up in certain areas, certain environments or whatever, yeah, that had a lot of things going on, but I'm reflecting a lot now, and sometimes I think, like, did some of our elders fail us a little bit? And the reason why I say that is because I think, like, there was enough times where a older could have invested in something that I was doing from a positive aspect, but it was more because this is just what we know. You know what? Come over here and be on this side. Or is it more ultimately like it's not the fault of them, but more so like a more of a political standpoint? Does that make sense?
I don't think it's their fault for the fact they was kids themselves looking back. When I'm 14, like, it's not like they might be bigger men on my block, but they don't have no say. I've seen, like, my oldest who used to run the block when I'm 14 and stuff, they're probably 19, 20 years old. I've seen them slap a big man that's 30 something, and they run like the big men that used to run the hood. So I've seen the change in the hood. So how can they know anything when they're kids themselves? And then, like, my parents and that, they're working hard. The last thing my mum thinks is I'm even when someone will say like yo, your son's not my son. You feel me?
Was there an element where you knew, see, like with rich kids, rich kids that grow rich, they don't necessarily know that they're rich until certain things happen, or where they take a step out of their environment. And I think it's the same with poor and disadvantaged people, where you don't know, because everyone around you's in the same thing, you don't really know that things are that different until you come out of it. Like, do you ever remember a time when you realized that the environment that you lived in wasn't normal?
Of course, that's probably what made me so ambitious, man. Like, I remember, like, just when I'm 16 or something, my whole block would be at the maddest party or something. And I would just be standing on the strip by myself, trapping. Because when everyone's gone, that's more money for me. And it's not like I don't want to go have fun with them, man. It's just I'm thinking, nah, man, I need financial freedom, man. Wow. Like, I need to get out of this place one day. Or not get out, but be able to do whatever the I want. That's why I live how I live now. Like, I'm always in and out of the country. Like, so, like, you know what? I'm out of here, man.
Do you know how I knew that I'm a West man, innit, How I knew that area in particular wasn't normal was when I went to an under-18s at Dreams nightclub.
Yeah. Remember when I said everyone will be gone somewhere?
Fam!
That's what I was talking about. Everyone's in Dreams. And
Dreams nightclub, you know. Let's talk about that. Brother. So obviously I used to MC, innit?
Come on.
Yeah. So, boom, I've gone there one day. Well, before I've even gone there, I told my brethren, like, I'm MCing at Dreams nightclub, like a place called Dreams. He said, what? He said, know what you do when you go down there? You're like, these times I'm you, innit? So I've gone down there, whatever. And like, immediately I could just, it was a vibe though. And just for people who don't know, just for context, Dreams nightclub, it's in Holston, innit? Like off the Holston High Street and whatnot. And like, I can't speak for the big people events and that were happening there because I wasn't old enough to go there. But they used to have a lot of under 18s there in the summer, And so, when I went there, I think being there at that time, that first time, made me realize straight away, there's something mad different about this area. I still wanted to be close to it though. Yeah. There was something about it that made me want to be close to it, but I realized that it was different.
I don't know, man. That's home for me, innit? So I guess when I realized it was different was when I started coming out the hood. That's not until man was touring and all that.
The financial freedom thing, because I heard you say that before, like talking about financial freedom, and like what did you feel that financial freedom was going to give you, and what has it given you now? Because surely there would have been
safety. That's a big thing, man. Like, man grew up in, I don't want to go into no dramas and but man grew up in a place where I'm seeing every other day, like in the summer anyway. Like, it's calmed down now, but when I was younger, the hood was mad. I'm sure other places in London was the same.
What was musically inspiring you though?
Had different spells, if that makes sense. So I guess
I see Biggie on the wall in here, by the way.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, brother. That was, listen, I started listening to Biggie late, but see, when I heard about Biggie, oh, mate, I was in. But yeah, I'm taking it that you had an element of that.
Yeah. Someone gave me that picture, though.
Oh, serious?
But I put it up because I'm a Biggie fan, but I didn't go out my way to get Biggie, but
Okay.
I put out because I'm a Biggie fan.
Say no more. Yeah. But go on, musically, what was inspiring you them days there anyway?
Probably like at the start, my older nice, man. So, and then like just rappers from my hood, like my bedroom. One guy called Skates, just rappers from my hood. But then Dizzy was like, I wouldn't say turning point car. Am I even allowed to say my man Wiley on camera? I see they try and blackball my guy. Big up Wiley, big drink. But yeah, Wiley, I can't just say Wiley. So Solid,
right.
Heartless, Pay As You Go, bam.
Yes.
That's
all of that.
That was like at the start. And then Dizzy came out. That was my favorite guy.
Do you know what? I'll never forget that Dizzy.
But at the time, there was a stage where, that's the GOAT to me.
Fact.
So then, by the time I hit 9 and all that, I'd say Kano was my favorite rapper still, or MC. And then start listening to rap. 50 came up.
Right.
And then, that's it, really. So that's my influences. Did I say So Solid? Yeah,
you said So, yeah. That we always like, honorable shout out to Mega Man and that.
Neutrino was nice.
Yeah. Asher D and that. Scat D.
Scat D was my guy. Face, the whole of them.
Yeah. Asher D. Listen, them man were like, they were adding something different to the flipping instrumentals them times there because like
Swiss
as well.
Can I not say Swiss? My bad.
But anyway, I could talk about that for ages. When you started rapping, obviously I knew you were DJing kind of, innit? Got some decks and thing. Was it DJ Nines or you had the next thing?
Just trying
to thing.
Yeah.
You weren't in no record shop buying records.
Yeah, of course. Uptown Records, all these places. I used to go Central when I was like year 7 and go back.
Serious to buy records and that?
Yeah.
Have you still got some of them?
Yeah.
Man.
Got bare records.
Some of them might be worth some money now still. But when you started rapping, what was you rapping for? Because there weren't an infrastructure back then. There wasn't a business infrastructure. There wasn't anyone here, really, that was like going through the roof. Like it was just really a fun thing, innit? Like, if anything, what was you doing it for?
I always rapped, innit? So when the seeds elevated slowly and slowly, I'm watching from a distance. And I'm thinking, I don't know, because even like Channel U days and I always thought, how could I end up on something like that? I'm not an East youth. Like, I just thought I couldn't get on it. And then like YouTube came out. And as soon as that came out, I said, I'm going to bust one day if I ever jump on this rap. Because there's no middleman now. Like, I can just put my out to the world, the social media and that. But like I said, when I was 14, trapping was my career. At this point, man's near the mill. Man ain't touched the mill, but man's touching the mill. So I don't even give a about rap. Like, I actually laugh at all these rappers. So what happened was, man took a mad loss, man's plug and that went gel. And I was just trying, like, I remember buying a car wash. I'm like 19, 20, bought a car wash. I didn't even, imagine getting I don't even remember how long the lease was, but imagine having a building and a whole business and not even going there once. Like, it was just a waste of money. So I blew flipping 50 bags there, taking L's, because I had no plug at this time. I'm accustomed to the way of living. But I ain't getting that kind of money no more. So I'm just getting down every week, down. Yeah. And I'm just like, this, I don't know, I might as well put some money into something that I like. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try this rap.
Back yourself.
Yeah. So I remember going through my hood that day, like, yo, telling everyone, if you want some new kicks, pull up on Saturday. I'm making a video. But no one believes me because they're like, no way are you flipping jumping on this rap. Like, I'm always hiding when Scraps is making videos and all that. I'm always behind the camera and I'm not really on it, so no one believes me. But they don't know about all the L's I was taking. And like you said, even though there weren't no money in it, it's like, why not put money into something you like? So yeah, I just jumped it off.
Invest in yourself. That's exactly what it is.
Just jumped it off.
You had a bar where you said, giving out checks and jewels to my family. Can't believe this is true. Music was plan B. That's exactly that. That's that. What you just said there is exactly that. It's that mentality of, you know what, yeah? Like, I'm doing what I'm doing, but you know what? Like, I'm going to try and back myself and see what I go on. Church Road to Hollywood, yeah. That was like, I can't even remember how I got that mixtape. Someone had it. I think it was one of them things, you know, like where someone has it, it gets passed around or whatever. And I feel like that was when I really started to get put on to you, yeah. And I think now as well, looking back at that, that's a classic mixtape. Do you know what?
Thank you,
We'll
man.
talk about your body of work in a bit, yeah. But it's actually hard to pinpoint the part where there isn't a classic. But we'll try and discuss that a little bit later. What, like, did anything change for you after that mixtape, after you put that out?
I've dropped that and gone straight to pen. Well, not straight, but yeah, I've dropped that. And no, I wouldn't say nothing changed. Obviously, it's changed on the fact, like, groupies and all of that type of living, innit? Like, but man's a star boy in Northwest before that, so man's used to that. But it's just at a bigger scale at this point, I guess.
Yeah. Dreaming, yeah, that was a song that I used to listen to on that regular. That's where that last part that I got that from. I used to listen to that regular. And I haven't heard it for a little while, yeah. But in that song, it's like there's a part of you where it's like talking about the future, like all the things that you want to have and things that you're gonna have and all of these type of things. Yeah, you see when you think about, have you revisited that song? You listen to that?
No,
you remember it?
I know what song you're chatting about, but I don't listen to none of my music.
Really? Yeah.
That's vain almost. Like.
Serious? I feel. Do you know how much like artists only listen to their music? It's mad.
Like everyone that knows me knows if a 9 song comes on, skip that.
Serious?
Put in a sheesh bar. I've been in a club and sent my guy over like, yo, tell my man stop playing me, bro.
Yeah. You said anyway, I had a dream that I made it. Never have to worry that my yard would get raided. Yeah. But see, when you listen to that, like that song, or even when you reflect back on that, there's actually quite a few things that you say now, back then, that probably is your life now, which is
manifestation, my guy. Come on.
And then I started seeing you popping up on SBTV regular. Well, not regular, but I started seeing you like popping up or whatever.
Yeah. Bam. Jamal messages me. I remember being on the block. I'm always on the block these days. That's the office. But I'm like, yo, to my guy, look who messaged me. My man wants me to do a warm-up. Block's like, geez, like, at this time, that like, geez, you know.
What? Massive.
So, yeah, everyone's like, geez, you doing it? I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I've done the warm-up now. I'm like, after I finished it, I'm saying, yo, to my guy, could you shoot a video for me? He's like, cool, so he didn't want to hear the song. So that's the respect I want anyway.
I hear that.
So cool. He sent Morgan keys down. That's when I met my guy Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan manages Western now, by the way. Yeah.
So yeah, Morgan's come through, shot that. At this point, man's not on point like, yo, drop my own channel. So at this point, I'm SBTV, not by choice. It's like, that's the only person that wants to with me.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know Posty and Grime Daily at this point. Obviously, my guy Benja, he knows Posty, so I've kind of reached out, but I don't know.
It just was what that was. Yeah. So then obviously you and SB started building a relationship almost off the back of that, and it worked.
I wouldn't even say we had a relationship at this point. I would say we'd shoot a video and go back on his life. Go back around his life. It's not like I'm one of them rappers that drop every 2 months or something. So man will drop a video and I don't speak to my guy for maybe a year. Until it's like, yo, I'm ready again, you know. Sick, come through.
Gone till November. The story behind that is you knocked that in one weekend. Talk on that.
So I'm meant to bust case at this time, so I'm not going jail in my head. This trial's gone left. Bam, the judge is basically saying come back for sentencing on Monday. Luckily it's a Friday. Like, you gotta do a pre-sentence report or something. So like, I'm going jail. It's no ifs or buts. Some dumb people are still like, nah man, you're good. I'm like, blood, I'm going jail. Like, so I've left court. Like, I remember that day I had like the whole hood was in court, man. Like, I'm surprised they let so much people in the court. Like, I've come out, everyone's just like, it's peak kind of thing. That's it. Everyone's saying, we saying we going out tonight, we going my bedroom had a strip club these times. My guy Adam B. So like, can't we go Adams? Like everyone just wants to do fun shit, and I'm like, nah, bro. If I'm going to jail tomorrow, I need to get this tape out, bro. Make sure I hear this in the yard. That's all I kept saying. So I ended up going to Maestro's, whacking out the project, man. That's mad hunger, and it's mad because I can't write like that.
Right.
Like if I try to make 3 songs right now, I can't do that. But at the time, I did it because it's, I don't know, the hunger or something.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I think from the outside looking in, yeah, sometimes I say to myself, like...
Man don't care or something.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, bruv. So sometimes I watch you, yeah, throughout your career in that, and in my mind, I'm saying, it's like you just so happen to be good. You just so happen to be good, but you're not really that invested in this thing. So
that's a fact, but at the time, there's times when I am. You can't, like, yeah. At that time, I was really invested, clearly. But there's times when I am slacking. But it's what it is, isn't it?
Was like, see when you went jail, you was obviously still you. Was it like, how did you find sort of like maneuvering in that environment when ultimately your name is still ringing musically though? Or was you not really thinking about it like that? Was you not really thinking, you know, when I come out, I'm actually going to take this music thing a lot more seriously?
Jail's weird, blood. So I'm on the wing, and I'm actually blowing up while I'm in jail because the fire and the booths come out.
Right.
So that's going crazy on the streets. And yeah, every time I phone home, they're gassed. It's crazy. But even in the jail, like, every week I'm getting bigger in jail. So it's like, I don't know, I might just be walking through Free Flow and someone's like, yo, you're that guy from SBTV. But that's what's mad. I wasn't even known as Nines at that time. The whole jail's just calling me the guy that gave out turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
So, yo, that's the guy that gave out turkeys. That's the guy that gave out turkeys. So, like, I'm bait, but as the months are going on, I'm getting baited. Like, people are coming on visits. Like, yo, you're Nines. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's just getting worse and worse. And then there was a week where Sloths just started battering my Everyone's come out, just knows my so yeah, I was literally blowing up in it. But you think it's bigger than it is, I should say. Man on home like, yo, when you come home, it's peak. Like, you're on.
Yeah.
All of that come home, man's same flipping 3 days after.
Yeah.
Like, what imaginary phone call, like, you know, like that. Man's come home, no, it's nothing, innit? Like, cool, so it's just back to trapping. I didn't even rap for about a year and a half after I came home.
Mad. What was the point when, you know, when you put your prison address on Twitter, yeah, and people started writing you or whatever, you was writing them back and that. Was that period there? Was that was a bit later, right?
No, that was then.
That was that time. One time. Okay. Like, so yeah, so basically, yeah, you put your thing on Twitter, right, and then people started writing you.
Yeah, madness.
You know them, like, has anyone ever...
Man's coming to my door. Fab Mel just landed.
Serious?
Like, it's cool because it's just passing tight on this board, you know, like that.
You writing back to them and that?
I don't think I got to write back to... It's too much.
Oh, man.
Obviously, couple... Go right back in it.
Yeah, I hear that. If you did ever write anyone back, though, yeah, that now, like... You got if you got that, if you did get that,
frame that's an NFT right there.
What? Frame that. That is a. You understand what I'm saying? You got something that is like you can't recreate them sort of times. You get what I'm saying? And yeah. But anyway, we're gonna move on a little bit now. Yeah. So, boom, back out, whatever. Still making music, doing things, whatnot, and then all of a sudden now, like. Big moments start happening for you. Like, you signed a deal, you was with XL first, right?
Yeah, but... Wait.
Was that your first deal?
Nah, that's not... So after that, I've dropped that Load to the Soul tape.
Yeah, of course.
Money on My Mind's come out and it's doing well and same old trapping and Then, I've ended up... Got my... Like, now I'm in Glasgow 3 days a week in London and rap is fully... It's a myth. Even though I like the way the scene's growing, like, I'm looking in, seeing Freak of the Week and them thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the scene's growing, but that ain't me. So I'm out here just trapping And then I ended up getting nicked in Glasgow. That was a big turning point. Cause imagine man's in pen in Glasgow, yeah? Only for 1 day though. But I'm in jail. I don't know I'm in jail for 1 day though. I'm thinking, man,
You think you're gonna be in there for time?
I'm good. I'm no visits apart from Glasgow people. Like, so I'm in this Glasgow jail, and then I'm sitting in there thinking, blood, I should have done this rap thing. Like, what the are you doing in Glasgow? Like, what the like, I'm just reflecting on life, you know, like that. I think I'm 25 at the time. Like, what are you doing with your life? So I'm like, man, down and look and pray. Like, yo, if I come out of this, I'm on this rap thing. Man's literally gone in court the next morning. Bam, judge is saying bail. I was like, oh my gosh.
You can't believe it.
Yeah, especially because who I was with got remanded. So they said my boy's name first. Bam, remand. I'm like, Courtney. Bam, bail. I'm like, oh what? My gosh, God really gave man a chance. My next album should be called 9 Lives, but like, how much chance this man's got? So yeah, man's come out of there. I've literally phoned Jamal. Said, meet me on the strip now. Well, in the morning, man's drove home, done a freestyle on the strip. I wrote them bars on the way. Even I done a freestyle, I'm like, yo, get my new mixtape next month. I don't have no project. I don't have no buzz. I'm just trying to put pressure on myself at this point.
That's good though.
And yeah, just whacked out that project. What project was that? That's 1 Foot In.
1 Foot In, yeah.
And then from there, that's when I started rolling with Jamal.
Right.
He was kind of managing me, but it was like for 2 months or something. Because obviously, we ain't going to go into that, but madness happened, kind of stepped away from me.
Yeah.
So that's how I even came with that 1 Foot In, 1 Foot Out concept car. When I'm with Jamal, man's at the Brits, man's at Andy Murray games, and not like some ticket thing. Man's backstage, man's in this. So I'm like, because
he was a golden boy at that time.
At that time,
yeah.
So yeah, man's 1 Foot In at that time.
But, all right, okay. And then the what? Because you're right. That makes sense now. Because I'm like, when I looked at the 1 Foot In, I still saw it as like, that foot was still in. That foot was not in the industry, but I was still 1 foot in until you had 1 foot out. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to understand what it was there. So see where your mind was at then, when 1 foot out was that more of a time now where you was even more focused on actually trying to focus on this side of things? Or
no, because of the whole...
It's hard, isn't it?
It's not even that. It's because it's like, after the little madness happened where my man separated himself from me, I felt like I've always had mad love from the streets, like socials, everything. That's the first time I was getting trolled. Like, but I'm not going to get trolled. As soon as I saw a bit of trolling, I just signed out of that shit. Like you said, there's a real world out here. I just signed out and I just went back to trap mode. But luckily, one door closes, another one opens. So when I'm flipping, that madness has happened, I'm like, rap anyway. Like, it is what it is. Because that's why I felt like I up though. Because the Ye song was just about to go. Radio took it, TV. Then bang, I'm on the news. Like, literally BBC News. I'm like, oh, man, I up. But whatever, innit? I ain't gonna, I don't know. I was probably for 2 days or so, smoking weed, playing FIFA in my yard. But like I said, one door closes, next one opens. My guy for me. Say, yo, pull up in damn blood. Good news. God damn, life's changed. I don't give a about rap at this point again. I'm mad happy doing up road. My career's back on track, but it's not rap. And then, because I'm so gassed, morale's up again, I made Trapper of the Year, because I'm really the trapper of the year this time. So I made that. And then it's back to normal, innit? Like, I don't feel blackballed again. Like, I thought the numbers was crazy. Everyone's waiting for the project. Business as usual, I guess. Let's go back in this thing.
It must be... Do you know what? Managing you must be very difficult.
Management couldn't manage me, my guy. It's not like I got a manager.
You don't have a manager now?
Apart from that 2 months with Jamal, I've never had a manager.
Serious? How did you learn how to maneuver in the business then?
Learning curves, innit? Being signed to Warner was like my first apprenticeship almost. Like, I feel like I was at uni being there or something. I learned so much still.
How did you know how to get a lawyer?
It's common sense, innit, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it common sense? I don't know if it is, you know. See, I ask these type of questions because I'm like, there's so much people who don't know how to do these type of things and don't even know that that's something that you even need in that. Because you, like, remember, the business is the business, yeah? People are always going to do things to benefit their own interests, which is business things to do sometimes. So sometimes, in certain businesses, it's probably in their best interest for you to not necessarily know about certain things. Why? It might be easier to do that with someone like you because your mind is still over there.
Nah. Man's not an idiot at this point, I guess. Or man's not a fool, innit? So man grew up on watching P. Diddy's Mace and these guys, yo. Shout outs to Diddy, man. But yeah.
The publishing and all of that.
Yeah, so nah. To this day, I've never signed a pub though. Like,
ain't you?
Come on, man. Man's Master P out here, man.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, if someone offers you the, like, because now you can get the big bag for that now if he was going to.
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Owning your more important, man.
100%. Did you have a situation where you weren't able to do shows? Were they stopping you from doing shows? The police and that?
I didn't care, so I can't be like I was gigs and I didn't get to do shows because I didn't want to do shows. So before I even got turned down, I was turning them down. And then, when I did want to do shows, it was go time, I guess, still.
When you started doing shows, I guess now the infrastructure is how it is, isn't it? So
they were still on to me, but the game was a bit elevated at that point.
Yeah. Like, and also, like, we saw the situation with you, I think it was Tory trying to bring you out of Wireless, right?
See, so it has happened, I guess.
Yeah.
But not none.
And they stopped you at the gate.
You
got all the way there. Was you inside?
And I wasn't inside. And to make it worse, the footage that went out was like showed 3 feds had me. Blood, they brought the cavalry out for me. Like, it was like 100 feds came and grabbed me. It's like, what the But I don't know. I just walked to the gate. Soon as I got to the gate, they're like, that's him. Like, my face is on the board. Like, what the It's not that deep. Now I'm headlining the building like
crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy. Even that, you went from those type of things, to what was it? Wembley Stadium with Anthony Joshua, like walking out with him. I think what fight was that? Was that Povetkin?
Yeah.
That was the Povetkin fight, yeah. What was 2000? When was that? 2018-ish.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like? Because obviously Wembley Arena is not even that far from you. You can't be thinking about one day man's just gonna be in there just.
Nah, it happened then, I guess. At the time, man's morale was up anyway. I'm literally on tour at this time, so it was like the day after my tour. So I'm already buzzing. I just done my 2 back-to-back London shows. So it was calm, man.
He was already up.
Yeah, like if it was now, I'd be all nervous here.
Yeah, but he was ready then.
Yeah.
And you've taken AJ to the block in that as well. I know you and AJ kind of get on all right still.
Yeah, no, that's my guy, man.
AJ certified, man. Does the clout chasing era that we're in now, yeah? Does that worry you? Because I do feel like there's a big difference between how people are doing things to get a reputation today than how they were doing that before. And that's why, when you came with clout, it makes me ask you, like, is that something that worries you in the direction that we're going in when it comes to that? People always say clout's killing our people, bro.
Of course it is, but what can you do with it? I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm lucky enough to be successful in this game. I'm out of this. Dropping my last album next year, to be fair.
And that's it?
Yeah, man.
Is that where you're at, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Man can't be out here rapping. That's son.
So? Still young, bro.
No, I hear you, but I gotta have a plans.
I hear that still. I hear that. Do you I've heard you say that you always wanted to kind of have the hood with you, yeah? And to take them places with you and whatever. Is that possible? Like, can everyone come?
No, blood, but you have to realize that as the older you get, it ain't possible, nah. Man's state of mind's alone. You can't bring certain man with you when your head's dead, blood. And they can't see past certain That's learning curves.
Have you ever felt survivor's guilt? Do you know what I mean by that?
No.
Survivor's guilt is where, like, you say you know you come from a certain place, yeah, and then all of a sudden like everything starts going well for you, like musically, for example, yeah, and you actually bust. You go through now, you're doing tours, all of that. You got a tour coming up at the end of the year and all of that as well. Just like there's all of this stuff that is happening for you musically, yeah, that is changing and has changed your life massively. But you're the only one out of everyone that's happened to. And so for sometimes some people have like what they feel as survivor's guilt, like, rah, I was the one who made it out.
That's that whole, it's so mad, blood. It's so mad. That's why I made the Crabs film. And after that, it's only gotten worse, got better. I guess I went #1 off that. So it's like, everyone's acting like I'm calling them crabs. No one want to say that to my face, but being man's whispering, calling man a crab and first of all, I was chatting about myself, like my state of mind. Because I just came off a tour and all that, and I'm still, like, after the crop circle and all that, man's not, alright, cool, music's this now. Man's still like, let me work the we'll get back to the music when we get back to it. So I'm like, look, reflecting after I got stabbed and shit, I'm like, yo, man's moving like a crab. Like, I'm getting all that money from rap, and man's still in the hood trapping.
Yeah, you said, what is it? What's the bar? Like, your hood's got you institutionalized. You said that earlier as well. It's like, it's like being trapped in your mind, isn't it? Feeling like you have to be here to do this, when really you don't have to. It's just your mind playing tricks on you, making you feel like that's something that you got to do. But on this side, like, there's something here that people are killing themselves to be able to be in the position that like you're in and a bunch of other people. So yeah, there kind of has got to be a time where you turn around and say, you know what, yeah, let me actually fully capitalize on what is going to happen over here. Because the fact of the matter is, you're lucky, yeah, even though you've had the life that you've had and whatnot, for some reason it's just worked out that like your career musically has just done this. Yeah, enough people's career does that and drops. Yeah, they have one good year and you don't see them again, blood. You don't see them again. But this music thing only has a short span. At the most, if I'm being generous, it's 3 years at the most. Yeah, you've been in it for a minute. Do you get what I'm saying? And I still feel like there's more years for you to go, but that can only happen if you want that to be the case.
Like I said, man, next year I'm out, blood.
Hey, we gotta make a campaign for that to not happen, you know. But you're on a flipping community revamp thing. I've noticed that, like, I know you was talking about something where you're changing, what was it, the concrete pitch to the AstroTurf pitch, and like trying to do some workshops or whatnot in your ends. The
pitch thing's not even like that's saving the hood or anything. That's just from like, I'm a block youth that play on that pitch, man's whole life, and I always promised to, if I blow up, I'm gonna turn to the bad thing. Yeah. So it's inevitable, isn't it? Obviously, COVID's holding it up. Or been done already. Yeah.
But the workshop thing is proper though.
Yeah, because that's more better for the hood than the actual pitch, because everyone wants to be a footballer or a rapper. And workshops teaching them.
And also letting them know that you can do more things than just rap. Yeah. Or do more things than just kick ball. I think like when we were growing up, yeah, I can't speak for you, but I didn't know that there was all these different jobs. I just thought that all you could do was rap or kick ball. Do you get me?
Like, the rappers ain't eating like the oldest of the labels. And you don't know this when you're young. You just see the cool rapper on the screen.
Yeah. But back to the music though. Yeah, I know that for a lot of people, yeah, aeroplane mode is like the vibe, whatever. Yeah, but see, for me, Nick, yeah, is like, fam, man, I can't even Nick. Tell you. Yeah.
NIC, yeah?
Yeah. NIC. Nick. Fam, I cannot even tell you how necessary that tune is. And like, I feel as though you won't see that until you actually do the live show. You see the hook on that? Oh my God, bro. Charge is like, for me, the coldest song on the project, my brother. The coldest song on the project. Talk me through that a little bit, because I know you and Tiggs, you seem to have like some type of good music relationship. He's always like popped up on your projects and whatnot.
Yeah. Tiggs and that just always, once they know I got a project coming, they'll always just cook something up for me. So they'll cook, I'll be like, no, until like, that's the one, isn't it? That simple, to be fair.
Yeah.
You bust me, I don't even do much. I just come put a little buzz on it, but they do the hard work, to be fair. Tiggs and Show, they always make me song together.
And who?
Show Improve, that's the producers.
Oh, okay.
Every song I've done with Tiggs has been with Show Improve.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You turned down Top Boy?
I got my TV series coming real soon, blood. Real soon. Obviously, I had a hiccup with that. I like to talk about that, actually. Like, I dropped episode 2. I flopped. Give me a chance. I promise you, I'm going to bet it back. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, the series is coming soon.
Yeah? Ah, cool. And then there's I heard you mention a book as well. It's an iCity book.
I was just stunning, but I ain't got no...
Oh, you was on a... okay.
I was just chatting on the track.
You should do one, though.
iCity, that coming.
Yeah. You was in that bag.
Yeah.
But you should do one, though. At one point, you definitely should. I think you should talk about, like, just get things off. I think you got an interesting story and an interesting life, yeah? And as you get older, you know, you say, oh, like, I don't want to be 30-something rapping or whatever. Boy.
It's not that. It's just, I got to have plans. I got to have goals. Like, I probably would have quit rapping this year if I didn't have a setback. What I mean by a setback, I was out that whole 2019. So, like, I always had it in my head, I'm dropping 9 projects and I'm out. I got 2 left me.
Oh, yeah. I hear that.
Not on some whole, my name's 9s and all that. It was just at a point where I'm like, yeah, I got 9 to do, man. When I got to about 6, I'm like, I'm doing 9.
Yeah. Are you happy now, though, bro? Like, are you see, like, how far you've come musically and stuff like that, yeah? Are you happy with where you're at?
Free scraps, innit? Other than that, life's great. But free the team, man. Other than that, yeah, everything's good, man. My family's good. I can take care of my direct family. Man's good, man.
Yeah. I asked this to someone else, just to end the conversation, yeah? It's a bit of a deep one. It's just like, however you, just take it wherever you want to go when I say it to you, yeah? But what is your experience like with loyalty? And what does loyalty actually mean to you?
Loyalty is, I don't know. You know what loyalty is, man? Someone that's got you, innit? I don't know.
Have you always felt it? Have you always felt that, like, loyalty was always reciprocated towards you?
Yeah and no. I got a lot, like I said, I've come from a big hood, innit? I got a lot of people in my life, so you're never gonna get loyalty from certain angles, but that comes with age, I guess. Like,
facts.
Once you grow up, you realize like what's real and what's fake, I guess. So yeah, you know how it goes, man.
Boy, what's going on with Arsenal, by the way, G? What are you saying? What they finishing up strong or what?
Don't know what Arsenal is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man don't even want to talk about them now, you know? Crazy. Man don't even want to talk about the team. Man's got Arsenal in the bars, you know what I mean?
No comment right now. No comment.
Nah, but I appreciate you coming through and like sitting that, because I know you're a man who don't really, do interviews and talk and stuff like that. But I think it's good for your like fans and just for people to hear from you, and just to hear like your perspective on things, because boy, yeah, you're rap royalty, bro. And I think so much people check for you.
Appreciate that,
so
bro.
much people check for you, man. Look, you got the awards and all of these things. You got the awards. You had the #1 album in the country. I know you was on the block when you got when they announced that, right? Like that has to feel special. That has to. I know you're a nonchalant guy, bro, but there has to be something in you that is like, man has the #1 album in the country.
You know what it is?
Bro.
I just, you know what it is? I'm grateful for my flowers, innit? But it was like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but there was a time when it's like, man's the hottest rapper in the country, hands down, numbers wise and that, anyway.
Right.
And I don't get no awards or no thing, no flowers and now that I've done, I might have went number 1, but I don't feel like I'm the hottest rapper in the country.
I feel like you're the hottest rapper in the country now.
When I went number 1, no. I feel like one of them young bucks deserved the moguls or something. But I feel like I deserved the moguls prior to this, like 5 years ago or something. But it's cool. It's all love. And I'm grateful, like I said, but it's just like, this is what it is, isn't it?
I hear that.
Obviously, I'm grateful for the number 1.
No, I get what you're saying. And I respect the fact that, like, now that you're starting to get the accolades, you're not getting carried away with all of the love and all of that stuff, because naturally, it's nice to feel it in that. But once that goes, if you spend so much time gravitating to that love, once it goes, all you're going to be doing now is trying to
Chasing
get it.
Nah, man.
You have to just be comfortable with where you're at and what it is that you're
of
doing
course.
now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course. See certain man chasing the thing. Let it go, blood. Certain man, let it go. I ain't gonna just say no names, but it's done, blood. It's over, man.
What's inspiring you now?
Man, love music, innit?
Mm.
But it's I don't know. Yeah, that's all. I still love music.
Yeah. Man like Nines. JD and the Duffle Bag podcast. Yeah, this was a special one. You get what I'm saying? Nines is trying to say that he's out of here after the 9th album. Feel like, you know what I mean, when that bridge crosses, we need to try and make sure that there's a next 2, because I feel like there could be another 2 in there. You get what I'm saying? Maybe even a young book or something. You get what I'm saying? But nah, man, I'm joking, man. But nah, I appreciate your time, bro. Love for coming through, man. Bless you.
My
Every
guy.
time. JD and a Duffle Bag.